on, VC? Now this is a band I can get into. This is Sentence, and the album is called Amok. Now if you follow the Vinyl Corner or Mikko's channel at all, you know straight away this is a big tribute to Mikko. I had no idea about Sentence until I started watching Mikko's channel and talking to Mikko, oh man, a year and a half ago. This is just one of those great bands that you can get introduced to via the VC. So far, Sentence has been a little difficult to turn up here in the US, but I did recently find a copy of Amok on cassette. Amok, whatever. Excellent stuff. Mikko, thank you for introducing me to this. Just absolutely killer. I love it. So Mikko has 500 subscribers. Wow. So I think when he had 300, I did a video and I said all these great things about Mikko. And he got red and he blushed and he asked me never to say so many nice things about him again. Maybe his head was going to swell or his ego would grow. Okay, yeah, so I'm not going to listen to him. Too damn bad. Mikko is freaking awesome. Mikko has a freaking awesome collection. Mikko freaking knows his shit. Mikko knows great music. Mikko makes awesome videos. Mikko keeps his stuff in just great shape. He buys what he enjoys and listens to. He's got some kick-ass vinyl. He's got a killer setup. And there's nothing that Mikko doesn't do right. And the day that he jumped in and joined the vinyl community was just one of the best ever. There. Too bad. Mikko, deal with it, brother. And I love talking to Mikko. From way back in the pre-video making days when we would just send emails back and forth to each other, and I didn't even know what you looked like. I mean, I figured if I drew a picture in my head, what does this guy look like? I would think big ass watch, big chair, low key, lots of these. That's what I had in mind. Mikko, congratulations, brother. Seriously, you know I love you, and I'll shut up now, I promise. What Mikko wanted to see was albums that sound exactly like the cover. Yeah, alright, I can do this. A couple came to mind right away. I'll try not to cheat. First was Kiss Alive. How does that album not sound like the cover? Seriously, just look at it. Look at it. Yeah, okay, here, look at it here. I don't even need to say any more. As far as an album that sounds like the cover, especially at the time, this was Kiss Live. And I mean, at the time, Kiss Live sounded like, nothing like they did on the studio albums. The intensity, the fire, the energy. It was just all there on stage. Oh man. So this absolutely is an album that sounds just like its cover. Here's another one. I might throw some of y'all for a loop. Here's a jazz pick. This is the incredible Jimmy Smith, Back at the Chicken Shack. One of my favorite jazz records. I made like a 5-part jazz collection video maybe a year and a half ago, and since then, I weeded it all out. I got rid of like 50% of it, like 200 records out the door, and I rebuilt it slowly but surely, and I'm so happy. And this is just, here's Jimmy Smith in Pennsylvania on a chicken farm, early one morning with his photographer. Right, he's got his dog, he has an unnamed chicken, I forget the dog's name, but he's just sitting, it's a hot day on the farm in Pennsylvania, and that's Back at the Chicken Shack. And Jimmy Smith, a brilliant organ player, some brilliant supporting folks on this album, and that's just what this album sounds like. A hot, smooth jazz interpretation of a day on the chicken farm. This is amazing. Absolutely amazing. And the cover, the album sounds exactly like the cover. This is on Blue Note. This is from, 1962, 63, thereabouts. Don't hold me to that, but close thereabouts. But there's Jimmy Smith, Back at the Chicken Shack. That is an album that sounds just like the cover. Let me make sure the battery is not dead and I'm not talking to myself here. Hang on, it's low. Alright, we're still good. Now, I gotta take kind of a different turn with this. I'm gonna use some cassettes here. Why not? It's Mikko. Mikko loves cassettes. Great collection. Now, albums that sound like the cover. I have to admit, Amok, I don't even know what this cover is trying to tell me, but the album doesn't sound like it. Thank God it's still a great album, but I wouldn't have bought it based on the cover alone. I bought it based on Mikko talking about them. But this is going to make sense to the metalheads, to the headbangers. There's something about 80s metal, like here's Omen, right? And this is just bloody rare crap to turn up on vinyl. And even cassette, this stuff is all but vanished. Here's Omen. This is Warning of Danger. Now, this, you know, if you lived through it, or you really dove into it, you know that 80s metal has some kind of snakes, skulls, mysticism kind of drawing. I mean, think Cirrus Ungol, think Omen. So picking this up, even if you didn't look and see it was on Metal Blade or whatever, you'd know right away you've got a mid-80s rock-solid heavy metal, not thrash, not AOR, not glam, not hair, heavy metal release. Right, and here's Omen's Battle Cry, same thing. And you would know just based on the cover, you have like a whole, I'm sorry it's small, but you have like a whole skeletal battle happening here. And these albums, you know, here's Iron Angel, this is Hellish Crossfire, same thing, the warrior, the sword, the demon. You don't, it's hard to say the album sounds like the cover, because it doesn't, it sounds like a heavy metal album. It doesn't really sound like a mystical battle. Here's the first two from Sabotage, The Dungeons Are Calling and Sirens. This is way before Sabotage did things like Gutter Ballet and stuff. This is a different, same Sabotage, but different Sabotage. But it's like, the albums do sound like that, because my perception of having lived through it is that's what 80s metal sounds like, proper metal. Here's Hallows Eve, right, and the front cover is the morgue with the candelabra on the front, and this is just, whether it makes sense or not, that's what 80s metal sounds like. And you know just by the cover that that's what you got. Second check on the battery, I'm that low. Alright, we're still rolling, so I'm going to keep rolling. And I have just a few left here, and I'm going to close it out. Still using cassettes, Mikko, total tribute to you, brother. Again, stuff that sounds like the cover. Here's Arch, another return to Church Hill. How well you can focus on the cover. You have hands up at the moon and a reflection there, a haunted castle in the background, a pine tree, and that's what this sounds like. It's like a melodic power metal kind of stuff. And really cool. It sounds like it's haunted. It's not gothic, but almost that in a way. And it definitely sounds just like the cover. That's epic. So that's Arch, Return to Church Hill. And on those same lines, no one ever did horror metal before White Zombie and stuff like that. Horror metal themed better than King Diamond. So here's Abigail, right? The horses riding off, the horse and carriage. I mean, this is just obviously evil waiting to happen. A horror terror tale just waiting to be told. And Them is another one. Now the cover for Them is hardly as striking, but it's very similar in nature to Arch, in that you know you're in for a gothic terror tale. And that's just what's absolutely fantastic about them. And these sound exactly like the covers allude that they would. So there's Abigail and Them. And the last one I'll close with is You Can't Leave Merciful Fate Out. And this is almost the same as the 80s heavy metal tapes, right? Here's your demon coming out of hell and all that stuff. But this one actually kind of does sound like it, because this album is so just brutally fast. And I mean, King Diamond's falsettos, this is so early, that the album actually does sound like that. You know, and if you know the album, that makes sense to you. That is my, wow, very varied response to Mikko's contest. But Mikko, congratulations on your 500 subs. Thank you for everything you do for the VC. Every video you make, every review that you do, every live unboxing that you do, all that you contribute to the VC. And thank you for introducing me to Sentence and so much other cool music. Mikko, you rock. Keep them coming, and I'll keep watching. Take care, Vinyl community. Talk to you soon. Ciao.